The office was a realm of quiet chaos, a place where the hum of computers and the tapping of keyboards created a soundtrack of productivity. Yet, beneath the surface of this industrious atmosphere, a silent epidemic thrived. Office workers, seated at their desks for hours on end, were slowly becoming prisoners of their own routines. Tension crept into their bodies, settling in their necks, shoulders, and backs, a relentless reminder of their sedentary lifestyles. It was in this environment that a simple yet transformative practice began to emerge: stretching. Stretching was not just a physical activity. It was a lifeline for those bound to their chairs, a way to reclaim their bodies from the clutches of discomfort. The first step in this journey of relief began with the neck. Office workers often found themselves hunched over their screens, their heads jutting forward as if reaching for the glowing pixels. This posture, while seemingly innocuous, led to a tightening of the muscles around the neck, creating a sensation of heaviness that weighed down not just the body, but also the spirit. To counter this, a gentle neck stretch became a ritual. Sitting up straight, one would slowly tilt their head to the right, allowing the left side of the neck to elongate. The sensation was immediate, a sweet release of tension that felt like a warm wave washing over the muscles. Holding this position for a few breaths, the office worker could feel the tightness begin to dissipate. Then they would switch sides, tilting their head to the left, inviting a similar release on the right side. This simple act of stretching the neck not only eased physical discomfort, but also provided a moment of mindfulness. A chance to breathe deeply and reconnect with the present. Next came the shoulders, those sturdy yet often overburdened muscles that bore the weight of deadlines and expectations. As the workday progressed, shoulders tended to creep up towards the ears, a subconscious response to stress. To combat this, a shoulder roll became a favored movement. With a deep inhale, the office worker would lift their shoulders towards their ears, feeling the tension build. Then, with a long exhale, they would roll the shoulders back and down, as if releasing the burdens of the day. This movement was not just about physical release. It was a metaphorical shedding of stress, a reminder that it was okay to let go. As the day wore on, the need for more focused stretches became apparent. The upper back, often neglected, craved attention. A seated twist was the perfect remedy. Sitting tall in the chair, the office worker would place their right hand on the back of the chair and gently twist to the right, allowing the spine to rotate while keeping the hips grounded. This stretch was a revelation, each breath deepening the twist, each exhale releasing pent-up tension. The office worker could feel the muscles in their back unwinding, a sensation akin to a tight knot being slowly untied. In the midst of these stretches, it became clear that the act of moving was more than just a physical necessity. It was a mental reset. With every stretch, the mind began to clear, the fog of fatigue lifting as fresh energy flowed through the body. The office worker could feel their focus sharpening, the once distant tasks ahead becoming more manageable. Stretching had transformed from a mundane chore into a cherished practice, a moment of self-care amidst the demands of the workday. But the journey didn't end there. The wrists and hands, often overlooked, also bore the brunt of endless typing and clicking. A simple wrist stretch became a crucial addition to the routine. Extending one arm forward, fingers pointing up, the office worker would gently pull back on the fingers with the opposite hand, feeling a delightful stretch along the forearm. This movement not only alleviated tension, but also served as a reminder to be mindful of the body's signals, to listen when it cried out for relief. As the day progressed, the cumulative effect of these stretches became evident. The office worker found themselves moving with greater ease, their posture improving as they became more aware of their body's alignment. Colleagues began to notice the change, too. The once stiff demeanor softened, replaced by a newfound vitality. Conversations flowed more freely. Laughter echoed through the office, and the atmosphere transformed from one of quiet tension to one of camaraderie and lightness. In the midst of this transformation, a small group of colleagues decided to take their newfound awareness a step further. They began to gather during lunch breaks to share their stretching routines, creating a mini-community dedicated to wellness. They would laugh and chat as they moved, encouraging one another to try new stretches and share tips. This camaraderie not only strengthened their bonds, but also reinforced the idea that taking care of one's body was a collective journey, one that didn't have to be taken alone. As weeks turned into months, the office culture began to shift. The once quiet epidemic of tension was met with a chorus of movement and laughter. Stretching became a shared ritual, a way to break the monotony of the workday. The office workers discovered that by investing a few moments in their physical well-being, they were not only enhancing their productivity, but also nurturing their mental health. Through the simple act of stretching, they had unlocked a powerful tool for self-care. The neck, shoulders, and back, once sources of discomfort, had become symbols of resilience and strength. Each stretch was a reminder that they held the power to alleviate their own tension, to reclaim their bodies from the grips of prolonged sitting. In this journey, they had discovered that movement was not just a physical necessity, but a pathway to joy, connection, and a healthier, happier work life.